here, traveling with Bruce, going live without warning. How's everyone doing today? Peter Heckema is here. How you doing, Peter Heckema? Welcome to my chat. You're the only one here, or are there more? I'm not sure. How's everybody doing today? I thought I would go live today. I've been sitting here all day watching the news and staying on top of the trends. You know, what's happening out there with Hurricane Dorian. And I thought, geez, am I going to make a video today? Am I going to do an update video? What? And it keeps changing. I thought, why don't you just go live? And I thought, what the heck? Go live now and say hi to everybody. Let them know what I know, what I'm hearing, and kind of go from there. And any of you out there who have news about Hurricane Dorian you want to share with us here at TWB, this is your chance to shine. I would love to hear from you. Welcome one, welcome all to the impromptu live show. I promised you before when I was changing the format of this channel from doing 8 live shows a week to doing 1 live show a week that once in a while I'll throw in a live show without any warning, and you never know what he's gonna do next. So here I am. Welcome you guys to the show. I'm glad you're here. Just seeing some comments coming in. Absolutely wonderful. Here's a comment right here from Mimi. We're leaving tomorrow on the Navigator. Oh my God, will they please cancel? What port are you leaving from? Are you leaving from Miami? Because I think the Navigator does it not leave from Miami? Something tells me that the ship will have no trouble leaving Miami tomorrow. Absolutely none whatsoever. It'll be calm weather, and the ship will absolutely avoid any hint of that hurricane. She'll probably go straight south down by the Keys and head that direction, and she'll stay completely out of the way and let the hurricane come in, go by, and then she'll come back when it's all over. So you'll have a fantastic cruise if that is the game plan. We'll have to just you will have to let me know, Mimi, what's going on. Are you going to be on that ship? I hope you are, because I'm sure you'll be should be all right. Kelly is saying here that she's in Pensacola, Florida, hoping the hurricane doesn't come her way. We'll cross our fingers for that for you, dear. We'll see what happens. And Misty Lee just mentioned to me she's leaving on Sunday at 4 o'clock on the Empress of the Seas. Sunday, yeah, the day before should be kind of okay. They'll let you know if they think like I say, the cruise line won't like gamble and take a chance. They don't play that game. They will do what's absolutely certain in their mind with regard to coming into port, offloading passengers, picking up passengers, and heading out. There's no way a cruise ship wants to go 15 miles offshore and be into 40-foot waves and hurricane. That's just not going to happen. These guys are pretty proficient at what they do. They have high-end radar systems, not only on their ships, but also at head office, and they're watching all the satellite imagery that's coming out. So if they tell you that they're leaving on Sunday at 4, I can tell you you're leaving in calm waters. So fear not. Don't let all this hype that's happening on the airwaves get to you. It's just not the deal. Michael or Michelle is saying it looks like it'll be Category 3 at Cape Canaveral at this point in Alabama here. Yes, I'm hearing 3 and 4 depending on where it's going to land and when, and if it's sort of riding northwest instead of straight west when it gets to land. If it's doing one of those, well, let's go along the coast for a while. Well, it'll get chewed up and it'll start losing some strength. But still, Category 3. I'm not going to tangle with that. But we'll watch the weather and we'll watch the reports and just see how all this comes out. Let's see here. Leaving Conquest Saturday from Miami. Gail Harris. What do you think it'll say? Yes, it'll sail. Gail, if the ship is in port, it's going to sail. If the cruise line felt that the hurricane, the conditions were too rough, they wouldn't even come into port. They'd rather keep the ships out at sea than in port. They will not ride out a hurricane in the port of Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Canaveral. Cruise ships do not come to port, sit there and get the crap beat out of them. They won't do it. They're much better off going to the ocean and heading 400 miles north or south or heading east, wherever they got to go to avoid the hurricane, because they can outrun it and they'll just wait for it to pass and let the seas calm down, and they'll come in. So if they're telling you, we're coming in to pick you up, they're coming in under very calm conditions, and you should be fine. Minty McMint, I'm supposed to be on the Navigator September 2nd sailing. Any ideas what might happen? Will they just leave the ship in port overnight? We fly into Miami the night before. Okay, so you're flying in, sorry, that's 9:02. Let me look at my calendar because we're talking about month end, a new month here. So poor me and my timing. So, okay, Monday the 2nd. I don't know if that's going to happen. You will probably get information from the cruise line, I would think, in the next 24 hours. Airlines have been very generous with regard to changes and cancellations and everything else as well because of this storm. So you should be able to avoid fees. I'm hopeful that all of you who are talking to me today, I'm praying that all of you who are thinking of going on a cruise, who are booked on a cruise, you got travel insurance. I'm hoping you all have that, because I sure would rather you be covered than not. Martin Mendita. Hi, Martin. Do you remember me from Uruguay? Martin, I think I do. Welcome back to the show. It's nice to have you here. Nurse Nancy, hi there. Welcome, Nurse Nancy. Tim Mee is here. Just got back from the Norwegian sun today, getting the heck out of Florida. Laugh out loud. Well, you got like 2.5, 3 days to do it. Not a rush, but yes, get out. Oh my gosh. I think if you're in the Keys, you're going to be okay. Tampa, I don't know. You know, is the hurricane going to come across and go right across the state, I mean, and go right into the Gulf? It could. We don't know the final path yet. It's too early to tell. There could be a number of changes. We'll see what's going on. We'll keep on top of it. Let's see. Chad Clark is here. Hi, Chad. I'm going on the Carnival Magic in January, so I'm going to avoid the entirety. Yes, you are. You're gonna miss the whole thing. Going on a cruise in January, February, March, a very calm time of the year to do so. Generally speaking, you should be all right. Paul Lucas is here. Hi, Paul. Glenn Edinburgh is here. Peter Recca said on the local news. Peter Heckman said on the local news, several cruise ships will extend some cruises 2 days because of the storm. Yes. Don't be surprised if announcements start coming out rather shortly, where they're going to say, hey, we're supposed to be back on Saturday. We're not coming back until Tuesday, or we're supposed to be back on Sunday. We're not going to be back until Monday or Tuesday. Yes, cruise ships will, like I said, stay at sea, even with passengers, because they have plenty of food, plenty of libations to keep everybody okay, and they'll just come back later. That's not a bad move. Let's see here. Chris Gunter is asking, first-time cruiser, you're great info. Thank you. Appreciate great info. Thank you, Chris. Leaving Saturday for Bahamas on Ecstasy, would they change itinerary to somewhere else, Bermuda, or just sea days? Thanks. Chris, my guess is because the Bahamas are so large, 700 islands, the first thing they will not do is they won't go through bad weather to get you to a place where it's calm. They'll never do that. They'll only go in the water and stay in calm water the whole time. So if the port that they go to is either Freeport or Nassau, and both are experiencing all kinds of lousy weather, they will likely take you from where you are at the port. They will likely head north and then head out to the Atlantic, and they'll just do the big old loop around, and they'll sail for 2 nights out at sea at 15, 20 knots, no rush, in calm waters. And if they can, they will, excuse me, they will do everything possible to make a stop in a foreign country under the Jones Act. They've got to do that. The Jones Act, by the way, means states that a cruise ship starting from the U.S. has to go to another country before it comes back to the U.S. Otherwise, it's considered a domestic trip, and that's all kinds of fines and penalties under the Jones Act from the 1920s, the antiquated Jones Act. Anyway, the ship will likely go to Bahamian port, get its papers that it was there for a few hours, and then it'll work its way back to Florida. But I can tell you that the ship is the best place to be in the middle of a hurricane, because they don't go to hurricanes. They stay out at sea where there aren't any. So yeah, Chris, it could be that you have mainly a sea voyage, excuse me, and you'll end up with with a quick stop at a port, one of the Bahamian Islands, and then back to the USA, and you'll have a great time. Trust me on that. Let's see, Nurse Nancy, why can't this happen to me? When I cruise, I could get some extra cruise time. I hear you, Nurse Nancy. sometimes you kind of want to be on a cruise ship when you get inconvenienced like that. You get a few extra days for free. Any changes on the path of Dorian? Asks cruising with Legos. None that I know of. The hurricane just went to the north, or what? Let me make my direction straight. It went slightly east of Puerto Rico. It didn't hit Puerto Rico directly. It was east of Puerto Rico by 50 miles, and then kind of went northwest over it. And the good news for Puerto Rico is they did not get the worst of the storm. They got the best of the storm. If there's such a thing as getting the best of a hurricane, Puerto Rico got the best, because the island is here and the hurricane went past it. The hurricane is moving at 12, 13 miles an hour, and the winds yesterday were about 75, 80 miles an hour. But because the hurricane passed Puerto Rico on the east side of the country, the island, the winds were only 15 miles less. They were only 70 miles or 65 miles an hour instead of the high-end speed. So the rain also and the storm surge is on the eastern side of the hurricane, northeastern side, and the hurricane passed Puerto Rico on the northwestern edge of the hurricane. So they got the calmer end of it. Still, there's damage, there's flooding, there's rain, but it could have been a whole lot worse. That's why coming to Florida, the Bahamas and Florida, and Coco Key in particular, the folks at Royal Caribbean are taking absolutely no chances with regard to this hurricane and Coco Key. By the way, cheers everybody from Traveling with Bruce here in Creston. Welcome everybody. Coco Key is low lying. It doesn't have mountains or hills. It's elevation is like 5 feet above sea level. And if there's a storm surge of 5 or 10 or 20 feet, Coco Key will be flooded. Again, depending on the angle of the hurricane coming to Coco Key. It doesn't have to hit the eye of the storm, doesn't have to hit it, even the edge. But if it's the northeastern edge of the hurricane that encounters Coco Key, or Coco Cay, however they want to pronounce it, then Coco Cay will be underwater, will get rains and get wind. The recovery team for Royal Caribbean will swoop in the next day or day and a half after the hurricane passes Coco Cay, and they will then land on the pier if they can, depending on the damage, if there is any, and then they will inspect and immediately figure out what repairs are needed to be done, what cleanup needs to be done, and they'll try to get that private island back up and running ASAP. 400 employees / family members that are in the area that depend on that area, that facility, they were all evacuated. They'll be brought in when it's safe to do so after the recovery teams come in. Unlike, say, a hurricane hitting downtown Nassau, if the hurricane causes damage in Freeport or Freetown or Nassau, the government will fix and repair. But cruise lines don't have to wait for government infrastructure repairs. They'll just do them themselves on their own islands at light speed, because that's all they have to worry about. The cruise line doesn't have to worry about rebuilding the rest of the nation. They have to worry about their facilities, and they will repair their facilities. They get the water up and running, the power generators back up and running. They'll bring in new ones if they have to. They're probably already on the phone, to use an old expression. They're on the phone right now to parts suppliers for their water slides, for their generators, water systems. They only just built the place out in the last year. They know exactly what they would need if they had to do replacements. And the contractors, they would just bring in the same contractors on an emergency basis to do a repair and get Coco Cay running ASAP. You can bet the same is being done with Disney and Castaway Cay, Princess Key, not Harvest Key, but all the other islands that are in the Bahamas that the other cruise lines are running, they're all on it simultaneously. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's see here. Got a donation here. Thank you, Chris, so much for that. I just want to see if there's any other comments coming in. Chad Clark is wondering about, is there any chance, given the threat of a hurricane season, you might get some upgrades as far as rooms and beverage plans? Obviously, unlimited, not unlimited, but a soda package. Chad, unlikely. The cruise lines usually give out they'll give a credit to you if you're inconvenienced with regard to missing ports of call. So if you're supposed to go to Coco Cay, you're supposed to go to Nassau, or you're supposed to go to St. Thomas or St. Martin. They will refund you the port charges and fees that you've already prepaid. You'll get that back. You might get a bit of a courtesy credit, $25 or $50, nothing serious, because if they're going to put you up for a couple of nights for free, additionally, you don't have to pay extra for that, so you're winning either way. But as far as getting an upgrade or anything like that, unlikely. You're probably not going to be upgraded. That's not part of the plan here, especially if the ship is already, virtually full, that type of thing. Let's see here. Jaws shows video says Dorian passed over St. Lucia, then went up past Martinique, came parallel to Dominica. Let's see here. Any Manuel Cake Daddy's here. Hi there. Who else are we going to see here? Pam Shantz is here. Hi there. She's thinking it's going to be a number 4, category 4 when it gets there. I've been enjoying your shows. Stanley is saying to me, hi Stanley. Stanley Dunman, just want to let you know I've been enjoying your show since I found it. Thank you very much for that. Those of you who don't know, some of the folks here are members of my sponsorship membership program. You may notice that some folks here, their names are highlighted in green and there's a little logo beside their name and they're using special emojis. Those of you who are members of the sponsorship program who've joined my channel for that, you're allowed to do that on my live shows. Thank you again to all of you. We're now up to 18 members of the sponsorship, the sponsor membership club. Fantastic. Thank you for those of you who are doing that. If any of you are interested in doing that, just hit the join button. You'll see all the info there. Fantastic. I'm going to do the next live show. My scheduled live show is Monday night. 8 o'clock for the entire world, but 7 o'clock Eastern. Members only get the first hour to do a hangout with me, and we did our first one last Monday. It was a gas, and now we're, instead of having 14 from last, we're now at 18 and climbing. So wonderful! Welcome aboard, new members. I am just thrilled that's happening. Cruising with Logos is saying, hoping that it won't be damaged too severely. They spent a lot of money on it. They sure did. Let's see here. Blue Crush is here saying prepped and waiting. Dorian here, St. Augustine, Florida. Gas is getting hard to find. No water already, and food shelves emptying quick. Fun times down here. I can just imagine. Happens every year, doesn't it? Every year we get this whole thing. It's just the way it goes. Hurricanes are hurricanes, and you should have these supplies all the time at the ready, but hey, I get it. Of course, some people need gas to get out of town. I totally get that too. Let's see, what else? Who else have we got here? Again, thank you to Chris Gunter for your $5 donation to my channel for Super Chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, who else is here? Alan Carter, 17 thumbs up. Beautiful. Let's see. Chris Gunter says the best $5 I ever spent. Fantastic, sir. Appreciate it. Let's see. 28 watching now, says Norman. I think we got 78 watching now. It's fantastic. Welcome everybody to the show. It's just a live show to talk about the hurricane in Florida and any other comments you guys have. If any of you are going on a ship, you need any info that I can provide you, I'll do the best I can. Kelly Haston is throwing all kinds of emojis up on the screen. Wonderful. Way to go, Kelly. Show off. All the members who are here, show off those emojis that we have. I think we have 7 or 8 of them now. It's fantastic. Excuse me. Pam Shan says, I don't see anybody highlighted in green. Pam, it could be you're watching the show on an iPhone or on another device that doesn't yet show off the highlights. Although I have to admit, on my iPhone, I do see members highlighted in green, and I do see the emojis popping up here. So I get it here. So that you might be on a device that's not yet compatible. YouTube is frantically connecting every software system there is to the program. And hopefully in the next month or so, everyone will see everything at the same time. Gail Harris is telling me, I live in the Virgin Islands, and Dorian just left us. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Gail, for that, and your best wishes for everyone. Appreciate that, of course. What's that there?
Say best wishes to her.
Best wishes to her, says Jennifer. Absolutely, and from all of us to you, of course. Survived another one. That's right. David Butler is here saying, hoping our friends from Dublin who are in Miami, hoping to cruise at the weekend, get cruising on time and safely. James Burley, not to repeat, excuse me, but if I'm scheduled to leave September 2 for 4 nights on the Navigator and it doesn't make it back into Miami, will the cruise be canceled? Will we only get refunded with insurance? You will be refunded by the cruise line. If the cruise line is unable to pick you up or come into port, they will cancel the cruise. They will give you a full refund. They may even give you a credit against a future cruise. Other times it has happened, James, where the cruise line will come into port and they'll give you an option. They'll say, look, we're coming in day after tomorrow. If you can make it, great. Enjoy the cruise. If you can't, we'll give you a refund because you can't get into the airport. It's closed or whatever the issue is. It also can happen, for example, let's say we're going to take a 7-day cruise on a cruise ship, and the cruise ship can't come in on the day it's supposed to. It delays its arrival by 2 days. The next cruise can only be a 5-day cruise. It can't be a 7-day cruise. Now, if you're in town, the cruise line will then offer you several options. I know last year during hurricane season, it was not uncommon where a cruise line will say, we'll give you a $250 credit against your cruise if you take the cruise, and we'll give you a 25% credit on a future cruise. It's only a 5-day cruise. We'll only charge you for 5 days. So we'll discount your cruise, give you credit, and give you a future credit. If you don't take the cruise, we'll give you full credit on this cruise, and we'll give you a future credit on another cruise. That can happen as well. Those folks who are late getting back to Miami by 2 days, they're going to run into airline cancellation fees, but they probably won't. The airlines are waiving those because of the circumstances. The likelihood is, had they arrived on the day that they were supposed to, it was a raging hurricane, the airport would have been closed. There were no flights. So the airlines are not going to penalize you for a flight you couldn't have taken anyway because they weren't there. So they're going to offer refunds, that kind of thing. I hope I'm answering questions that you guys need answers to. Let me just see here. Yeah, Rob Slevin is saying, I'm on an Android, no green highlights. Yeah, it's coming, but it's not yet up and running, Rob. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, Chad Clark is saying here, for a category 4 hurricane, cruise lines will go to the West or South Caribbean, because if the hurricane's in St. Thomas, they'll go to the Western Caribbean. And that's what's happening with the Harmony of the Seas, the Disney Fantasy. They were supposed to have Eastern Caribbean cruises this past few days. They're in the Western Caribbean. They just completely went over that direction and are not bothering tangoing with this cruise at all. Does Bahama Paradise Lines do any 7-day cruises? I don't think so. Cruising with Legos, I don't think so. I think they're doing 3 and 4s, if I recall, or 2 and 3s even. But we'll see what happens right now this next few days. Chip Merkley is here. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Chip Merkley. Sorry, I got to get to Sylvan in 1 second. 46 weeks until my Alaska cruise on Ovation of the Seas. I cannot wait. Right on, Chip. Welcome, buddy. Sylvan Forrest. Hi, Bruce and all. Oh, my God. A category 3 or 4 is headed this way. We're all going to die. Not to worry. We're completely prepared. Bring on the Tempest. Sylvan is not worried. He'll be fine. So will the pet snake, Lucy. All will be well. Everyone will be fine. Looks like I've caught up with all of you guys. There are 80 of you here. If any of you have any comments, questions, wonderment about the Hurricane Dorian, let me know. Just want to say hi. Please say hi to me. I love to say hi back to you. Glad that you're here, everybody. Nice to have you by. Welcome to the live hangout show right here. If you can throw me, here we go, throw up this message. If you can throw me a thumbs up, that would be great too. Thank you, everybody. Plus, you can now become a sponsor member of TWB. Welcome new members. Some of them are here right now. Thank you, everybody. By the way, those of you who don't know, I have a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce. There it is right there. You can join that group page anytime you want. I am the administrator. Just come on over, ask to join. I'll let you in. And a lot of us hang out between these shows there. And I would love to have you come by. So thank you for that, everybody. What's that, Jennifer? Lots of pictures. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of new pictures. Fantastic. Dave Butler is saying the green highlights and emojis are coming up perfectly on the iPad Pro. I am glad to hear that. I see it on my big ass iPad. It's an Apple. It works here, and it's working on my iPhone. So it's the Androids that are apparently not working at the moment. I think they're still to come, I'm guessing. Everyone's saying hi to everybody else. Here's Frederick telling us, Frederick is here saying, my family is by Siesta Key. They were just evacuated due to the hurricane. Right on, Frederick. Thanks for that update. Appreciate that info. And welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here to make it with us. Who else is here? Josh Kent is asking me a question. Sailing out of Jacksonville on August 31st, should we be nervous? I don't think so, Josh. 31st, I think you're going to be okay. If it was a day or two later, it might be. But they'll likely, my guess is they will likely take you straight north from there to avoid any potential nonsense with the hurricane. Oh, people are asking to join the Facebook page. Fantastic. I will take care of that after I get off this broadcast. I will approve all of you. So if those of you who want to join the Facebook group page, just head on over there, ask to join, and I'll pop you in there after I get off the air here a little while later. When are you and Jen going on a cruise? Inquiring minds want to know. Nurse Nancy is asking. This is a top state secret. Only Jennifer, I, and our banker know the answer to that question. And we keep asking our banker the same thing. We're building the channel, we're growing it, and it's getting closer every day. But I cannot give you a definitive answer at the moment. But when we do go on a cruise, we will let the world in on it. What we've been talking about doing is something like either a straight-on back-to-back kind of a scenario out of Florida somewhere, Caribbean type cruise, or we would do a cruise, wait a few days, and do a second cruise. And in between the two, we would do some meet and greets. There's a couple of variations going on here, lots of thoughts. Meet and greet before the first cruise, a cruise, meet and greets, a cruise, meet and greets, and then home we go. All kinds of combinations. Don't know. When we know, you will know, but there's a lot of talk going on about that. So just, stay with us, stay tuned, and we'll see what's going on. Deepak is asking, my family's booked on the Symphony of the Seas, September 1. What's the status? I don't know, Deepak, anything new at the moment. What I can tell you is September 1 is not a good day to be boarding a cruise ship in Florida. That much I can tell you. That much I know. So my guess is that Royal Caribbean will make an announcement very shortly, hopefully today or tomorrow, as to what they're going to do about the Symphony of the Seas, the Harmony of the Seas, and the Allure of the Seas, because all three of those ships are scheduled to do turnarounds shortly. And we're going to find out just what the deal is here. Can Symphony of the Seas come into port, or will the port be closed on the day it wants to return? What about the airport? What about all the infrastructure? They likely would stay out at sea for an extra day or two, allow the storm to pass, then come back and drop off passengers and pick up passengers that are able to come on board and give them a 5-day cruise or whatever it is they can offer them. And all those who can't make the cruise will earn a refund and credits and that type of thing. So lots of information yet to come. Stick around with me. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys know as well. I'm trying to follow that as closely as I can. Chip is asking, does the ship stop along the Panama Canal, or does it sail straight through? Chip, it depends on what kind of cruise you're taking. There are what we call partial Panama Canal cruises, where a cruise ship will go part of the way in towards Panama Canal, turn around in the middle of the canal. There's a big lake there. Spend the day there, and then work its way back out and come back to the Caribbean port where it came from. Otherwise, if it's going through the canal, it will then sail right on through in an entire day and come out the other side. So again, that depends on the cruise ship and where it's headed, whether it's headed to, say, Miami to Los Angeles or LA to Miami, that'll go through. If it's a partial Panama Canal cruise, these can be 8 to 12 days long, roughly, from, say, Miami over, Fort Lauderdale over. If it's a full-blown right through the canal, then you're usually looking at 12 to 14 days, more like 14 to 16 days from, say, Miami all the way to Los Angeles. They take their time. It's a wonderful cruise with a number of stops before the canal and after the canal, with lots of tour opportunities to suit you can get. Austin Travel just sailed past, oh no, Debbie Manuel just sailed past 32,000 subs. Awesome. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Austin is asking me, Carnival Victory on September 2, should I be stressing as much as I am? Well, Austin, it depends on where you are and how far you have to go to get to the ship. but I'm hoping by the 2nd things have calmed down. But then again, the cruise line may delay the departure until the 3rd. I'm not sure where the current Victory is leaving from, though, off the top of my head. I don't know. Is it Port Canaveral? I'm not sure. But you'll get updates, believe me. B Staton 67. Howdy, September 8th out of Galveston on Liberty of the Seas. Not me, but in a Facebook group specific to that cruise, people freaked out and changing their Galveston parking to elevated garages. Oh, I see. Well, okay, if this storm, Hurricane Dorian, crosses right across Florida and reforms in the Gulf and heads towards New Orleans, Galveston, you know, there could be some flooding there, but this is not likely to become a massive 800-mile wide monster like we had last year. But the other option is that it may cross Florida, but then just immediately go north towards Tallahassee area, Mobile, and become a broken up storm and really not cause any issues whatsoever to Galveston. So September the 8th, by the 8th, I think this storm will be a memory, be a distant memory. It's just going to be a rain shower somewhere up the Mississippi or in the Appalachians, or heading up the the states along the eastern coast. So I don't know if there'll be much to talk about by the 8th at that point. Zach is wondering, are there more ships being affected than the 11? There could be up to 15 affected, but it could be less than that. We'll have to see where specifically this storm is going to end up on the Floridian coast. Desiree is asking, does Royal have a ship doing 3, 4, 5-day cruises to Mexico? If so, your recommendation on another line. Don't want the old Carnival ships. Royal Caribbean, the 4-day cruises that they offer, the 3-day and the 4-day cruises from the eastern Florida are generally cruises to Coco Key, Nassau, Labadee, San Juan, Puerto Rico, maybe St. Thomas. On the Mexican side, Royal Caribbean, I think, has a ship coming out of Galveston, and Carnival has Mobile. Maybe out of Galveston, Royal Caribbean is running a ship towards Mexico, and I think we're looking at 5-day cruises there. The only way to double check on that is go to vacationstogo.com. That's the site I like to use. They should pay me to say this, but they don't. But go to vacationstogo.com and look up Mexican cruises with Royal Caribbean as the provider, and you'll see all the cruises that they offer, and you can figure out quickly if they have something that'll fit your, fit you to a T, to avoid Carnival if that's what you want to do. Let's see here. Who else have we got here? Hey, Bruce, Dan N is asking, if you have fans on the Sunshine, get us an update. I just emailed you an overlap of the cruise's position with the current hurricane, and they are under the fringe of the storm. It might be somewhat cloudy, but I doubt it's really bad. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm just taking a look here to see if I can find anything from you on my email. Don't know if I have anything here at the moment, but I can't update you this second. We'll take a look at it and see what's going on. But I can tell you, these cruise lines will not tangle with hurricanes. They just do not. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Sylvan is saying, given the day where Dorian is expected to make landfall in Florida, you would think the cruise lines would know exactly what they're doing with their ships and tell their passengers about it. Sylvan, they will, once they've decided on their exact action, they will let us know. I mean, if they feel that they can get a ship in and out of port in a 12-hour window, they'll do so. If they feel that they have to come in 1 day early or 8 hours early or what have you, they'll do it, I guess. But the other thing that we have to remind ourselves of, those of us who are following cruise lines, is a ship like, say, the Symphony of the Seas or the Oasis or the Harmony. These ships can handle up to 6,500 people. They need enough provisions for 6,500 people, not only for the 7 days, but maybe for 8 or 9 days, depending on the conditions. You have to offload all the waste materials that you've accumulated over the last cruise. You got to get it off the ship. All the luggage is to get off the ship. All the new luggage has to get on the ship. All the new provisions on the ship. Plus, you have to fuel it. if the port is up and running and the port is in business to provide all these services, and all of say Royal Caribbean in this particular example, if Royal Caribbean's vendors can deliver 25 transport trucks of supplies to the ship, all will go ahead. But if the land, if highways are being shut down or transportation is being disrupted because people are evacuating the area, trucks can't get into the port might not even open for business, which means the cruise ship will stay at sea for a couple more days until things are back to normal. So there's a lot of stuff going on here to think about. Let's see here. Ann Elton is saying, is asking, hi Bruce, do you know what the status of sailings from Miami on Sunday, September the 1st, as our friend are in Miami now and do the sail? Great show as always. And I cannot give you an update for September 1 from the Port of Miami because they haven't made an update announcement themselves. My guess is this: if the storm is tracking north of Miami, let's say it's going to interact more with Port Canaveral than Miami, that's 200 to 300 miles north, then Port of Miami will stay open. It won't even shut down. It'll probably allow cruise ships in. There may be restrictions on small vessels, sailing boats and power boats. They'll be restricted from using the area, but cargo ships and cruise ships might be allowed to use Miami. Excuse me. If the storm, like I say, is that far north, Miami will not be interrupted at all, and the airport won't even be interrupted because airplanes fly around hurricanes too. So it might be all right. But if the storm is south, then Miami will have to react. Same with Fort Lauderdale, just north, 30 miles north. Thank you, Ann, for that. B Station 67. I'm not worried. Loving a lot. I'm on a ground level parking garage. Others are actually paying cancellation fees to change garages. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it myself. I just wouldn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, who else is here? Nurse Nancy's got to go. Take care, Nurse Nancy. Thanks for being here today. Let's see. Darlene wanted to know, off topic, what documents are needed for a 2-year-old with no passport? Closed loop. I don't know. I don't know the routine for U.S. Customs, whether a child at 2 or under a certain age needs a passport or not. I can't answer that question. Go online to the Department of Homeland Security if you're an American. If you're a Canadian, go to canadiangovernment.ca. It might be USA.gov or something like that for the U.S. side, and you'll find all that information on the U.S. government sites. They'll give you all that info that you need for all ages, for passport requirements and that kind of thing. Here we go. Chip Berkeley. Royal Caribbean does 5 nights out of Miami to Cozumel and Puerto Costa Maya on Explorer of the Seas. Thank you, Chip. I don't know every single cruise for every cruise line out of every port, but thank you for that. That's why Vacations to Go is so great. Let's see. B Station, Liberty of the Seas, cool ship, does 7-day cruises out of Galveston. April 28th, I did Cozumel, Belize, Roatan. September 8th is Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Jamaica. They do have smaller ships, shorter cruises. Right on. Thank you for that. Are we allowed to request cruise travel buddies on your Facebook site? I've got something in mind in December. Are we allowed to request cruise travel buddies? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure, Rob.
Looking for someone to take a cruise with them.
Looking for someone to take a cruise with them, says Jennifer. Speculates Jennifer. I don't know. Do we have a problem with that on the Facebook group? I don't think so. I don't think we have a problem with that.
Already been doing it.
What we do have a problem with on the Facebook group page are people that ask to join the channel and then try to sell their stuff. We don't go for that. We also don't particularly appreciate people who want to join the channel and then start broadcasting things that have nothing to do with cruising, like way out of left field. We eliminate those people pretty quick. So just, if it's cruising related, we're okay. All right, let's see. Zach is asking or mentioning a friend is going on a cruise on Monday on the Allure of the Seas. So the news is still that will delay the cruise, right? We'll have to see, Zach. If they're going to cancel it or delay it, they'll announce that pretty quick. It's already, what is it, Thursday? It's Thursday, so we should know probably later today or tomorrow. Let's see. Bruce, Jack Miller's asking, Bruce, just checking to see if you think any changes for Celebrity Equinox for September the 7th. I don't think so. I don't think there should be any issues. I think everything will be fine by September the 7th. This particular storm system will have long gone out of town and will no longer be any kind of a serious threat anywhere by September the 7th. Sylvia, Bruce, is you still live? I'm here, Sylvia. How you doing, dear? Welcome to the show. A little surprise show today. Let's see. Who else? Intel Pines. Hi, Bruce. Was hoping to hear from you. Hi there, Intel Pines. Let's see here. Norman. I'm on here. I see one on here. Welcome, Norman. Thanks for the info today, says Chris Gunter. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Robert LeBlanc. Someone tried to poach me off this channel. No. Robert, how can that be? How could someone try to poach you off this channel? That's incredible. I'm surprised someone would want to do that. Thank you for being here, Robert. As always, excuse me. Thank you for being a member, a sponsor member of my channel. I really appreciate that too. Zach, love your channel. I've been a sub for 6 months. Zach, thank you for that. I appreciate your support. Let's see. Rob is saying, no, we have a family trip already set. If I'm alone in the room, it's fine. But if there's more than me, then we get $500 to spend on the Celebrity Edge. Interesting, Rob. Interesting. And Sylvia said, I didn't know he was still alive. He was still alive. Bored at work. Saw Bruce was going live. I decided to join in. Thank you, Sylvia, for doing so. There are 63 people apparently here right now watching me live. Say hi to me if you're watching me live. Tell me where you're watching me from today. Would love to find out where is everyone at today. Please say hi to us. Love to give you a shout out. Who else is here? Now, Sylvain, that shirt looks what's that? Hi, Mrs. Bruce. Great advice as usual. You like the shirt there, Sylvain? I love this shirt. This logo is just a great logo from TWB. We have an excellent logo designer who creates some of these incredible logos, and the emojis that are coming out are unbelievable too. I am stoked about that. Let's see here. Thank you, Sylvain, for your comment today. I appreciate that. Another great live show. Bruce keeps surprising us from Dublin. Thank you, guys, for being here. Jennifer, we are on the Allure of the Seas. Jennifer, talk to me. Talk to me, Jennifer. What's happening with your cruise? When are you supposed to get back? And are you going to get back when you're supposed to get back? I would love to know if you have any news on that. If you don't, please tell me that too. I would love to hide from that. Here come the folks. Chuck Parsons from Pittsburgh. Sylvia's laughing out loud. Zach Tube 63 because you're popular. Who else is here? Ursula 76. Hi from Alabama. Simone. I'm on the MSC Seaside on the 27th of September, sailing from Miami. You'll be fine. Vivian. Hi, Robert. Hi, Vivian. How you doing? Paul Wilgus is saying hi to Vivian as well. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. This is wonderful. Who else is here? Where are you watching me from, folks? Say hi to me and let me know where you're from. What else is going on? Excuse me. I just saw Sylvia saying, I just saw Mariner Seas leave Nassau a few minutes ago. They're getting out for sure. Paul Wilkes, long time no see, Vivian. Long time no see. Viv, thanks for all your posting on my Facebook group page. We get such a kick out of your posts and enjoy them, and they're very informational as well. Jonathan is here. Welcome, Jonathan. Jonathan Jones is in the house right now. He is on the Allure of the Seas. Jonathan, what's going on? Are you guys coming back when you're supposed to come back, or what? The rumors are flying everywhere. Are you going to be delayed because of this storm, or what's happening? Let me know, buddy. Where are you right now? Where in the world are you? Love to get that info. Thank you for being here. Those of you who are on cruise ships, any of you on cruise ships, talk to us. Tell us where you're at, what you're hearing from your crew, if anything, and or rumors. We always love to see what's going on. Vivian saying it's 1 a.m. for me right now here in the UK. Hang in there, Vivian. Let's see here. Jennifer is saying we're supposed to be back in Florida this Sunday, she's saying. So we'll hope for that. Let's see. Who else have I got here? Thanks from Beirut, says Simon Esbach. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Simone, from Beirut. Let's see here. Stanley, you should join us on the Blizz for a 21-day Panama cruise in November. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be nice if I had that kind of capital handy to do something like that for Jennifer and I? I just need a few hundred more members of the sponsor membership page. Those of you out there want to become sponsors, by all means, join in. Zach is taking care. Take care, Zach. Thank you for popping by and spending some time with us. I really appreciate it. Nice to have you here, and thanks for being a sponsor of the channel. Let's see. Who else is here? Jonathan Jones. We're in Grand Cayman, and Cozumel still planning to hit our itinerary. The captain said they did say he would be making announcements hopefully later this evening about any changes to our itinerary. Okay, so you're in between Grand Cayman and Cozumel. Okay, I gotcha. You're sailing to Cozumel, I think. I think that's where you're headed, isn't it? Or is it the other way around? You're coming back to Grand Cayman. Please keep us posted. I know you will, Jonathan. I've been emailing with you. You've been so kind to me. I really appreciate the updates. So anything you hear, let us know. Let's go here. Rui Lobo is here. Hey, watching from Portugal. I'm planning to sail the MSC Harmonia on the 21st of October on the Western Caribbean. Would you say there's a big risk of a storm like Dorian? No, I would not say a big risk at all. I would say a minimal risk. I can tell you this, Rui, if you are in Miami before, hopefully a few days before the 21st, which you should be, you'll get on the ship. The ship will only go where there are calm waters. You will not see a hurricane from a cruise ship at all. You will be sailing in smooth waters no matter where the hurricane is at. So if there's a hurricane going to the Western Caribbean, you'll be in the Eastern Caribbean. So do not worry, my friend. You'll have a great time. So come on over. Let's go. Who's saying? Mike is asking me, somewhat concerned about my Mexican Riviera cruise in October. Hurricanes can happen there too. Mike, they can, but I can tell you right now, you will not get anywhere near a hurricane when you're on a cruise ship. Once you're on the ship, you're in the safest place possible because they go to where hurricanes don't go. On land, you're stuck there. If you're in LA, if you're in Cabo, or you're in Puerto Vallarta and a hurricane's coming, you're in a hurricane. But it's rare on the Mexican coast that a storm will generally hit like that, but it can happen. We've had them on occasion, but it is a rarity. But you never know with the weather these days. Sylvia is saying, don't get caught up with people who are on ships. They really aren't sometimes. I hear you there. Although I can tell you right now, Jonathan's definitely on the ship. I have photographic evidence of that. Jennifer, Allure will be in Cozumel tomorrow. The captain will update us later tonight if there's any changes. Thank you, Jennifer, for that as well. You and Jonathan are on the same ship at the same time, and you're both on my show. I love it. Thank you guys for all of that. I really appreciate these updates. Let's see here. Robert Mike, who would say they're on a ship and not be on a ship? Well, there's some trolls. Sometimes trolls play games. You never know. We did have that episode a few months ago. We had some trolls pretending that there was all kinds of stuff happening when there wasn't. It was kind of silly. Anyway, it happens from time to time. But today we got a good crew here. I really appreciate it. 71 folks are watching right now. I do appreciate it. Sylvan is saying, I will try to record video when the hurricane is in this area, preferably the conditions in the eye. Sylvan, if you can do anything like that, that would be awesome. Any way you can get me that footage, I'd love to broadcast it. Anyway, that would be fabulous. And let's see here. Who else is here? Any news about Symphony of the Seas that is sailing tomorrow from Miami? I don't know if it is sailing tomorrow from Miami. Is the Symphony of the Seas doing a turnaround tomorrow? If it is, it'll have no problems. Should be no trouble tomorrow for cruise ships doing turnarounds in Miami tomorrow, or Fort Lauderdale, or Port Canaveral. Tomorrow, it'll be fine. The storm is a couple days away yet getting anywhere near Miami, so we should be all right. Paul Willigas is saying, cool, Sylvan. That would be great. If you could do some footage, record some footage of a hurricane, that would be fabulous. We will see what gives. Anyway, there you go. Anybody have any other comments about the cruise ship world, Hurricane Dorian, or anything else? If any of you have questions about this the sponsorship thing that we're doing, the sponsorship membership program, ask away. I'll try to answer that as well. Roland Tucker, hi from Montreal. Hello, Roland. Welcome to the show from beautiful Montreal, Quebec. Nice to have you here. Glad that you folks have stopped by to spend some time with me today. I do appreciate it. This show is an unannounced live show here on TWB to say hi to you guys and update you on what I know, what is happening out there regarding Hurricane Dorian and all the other stuff going on at the same time. I'm not hearing anything from Disney yet regarding their ships, itinerary changes. I haven't heard anything from Carnival in real serious ways at this point. I think Carnival's waiting till the last minute before they release, their plans. Barry C, watching your show from Orlando. Looking forward to a 10-13 cruise from Alaska to the Mexican Riviera, and then an 1.5 cruise from London to New York City on the inaugural cruise of the Encore. Oh, right on. On the looks like the 2nd of November cruise from London to I guess New York City on the Encore. That should be fun, Barry. By all means, keep us posted on how that works for you. Send me photos on Facebook or send me photos. Any of you out there, by the way, if any of you have photos for me that you want me to post in any video that I might be doing, the best way to help me do it is send me photos through my email. That is brucefrommert@hotmail.com. That usually is down below in the description of all of my videos. Send me photos through that, through my email account, because if it goes onto my Facebook account, it's very difficult for me to offload it from there onto a video. And I would rather, if you're sending me a photo, you always send me a note if you can. Say, Bruce, if you want to use any of these photos and any of your videos, you have my permission to do so. That would be tremendous. So again, if any of you have any photos that I can use either now or in the future for future videos I might be working on, by all means, please send them to my email account at brucefrommert.hotmail.com. That would be great. At hotmail.com. That would be fabulous. Thank you guys for all of your stuff. Sylvan, you got to go. Take care. Good luck with your preparations. Sylvan, good luck with that. Let's see here. If I get this one to pop up here, prep for preschool. We're supposed to be cruising from Port Canaveral to the Bahamas tomorrow. Any tips as to what we should be doing? Being with the hurricane will be at sea. Thanks in advance. If you're going tomorrow from Port Canaveral, you'll have no problem whatsoever with the storm. There'll be no storm there tomorrow. And the ship will probably go a bit north and avoid the area, and it'll return when it's safe to do so. Now, you're on a I don't know how many days are you cruising to. If you're cruising for 3, 4, 5 days, the ship will either come back on time or it might come back a day later, depending on the storm's tracking and that type of thing. But you will not have anything to deal with this with the storm. Okay, so good luck with that. Enjoy it. Please enjoy it. And people are saying hello to me. I just had someone saying hi to me from here we go. Stefan Nieder from Switzerland. I'm happy to catch another live show. Always interesting and fun. Thank you, Stefan, for being here. Appreciate you joining me from Switzerland. It's fantastic that you're here. And Vivian is saying for the third time, it's only 8:30 p.m. where she is. That's right. It's 8:30 in the evening where Vivian is tonight. Vivian is catching me live on a surprise live show. I'm nice to have you here, Viv. And I'm glad that it's working out for you today for timing, that you're able to catch us at a reasonable hour, because normally when I'm on live, it's quite late for Vivian. It's almost impossible for her to catch us. Paul is saying, Viv, it's time to go to bed. It's bedtime for you. It's 8:30. Time to pack it in. The no mercy from any of these viewers. I'll tell you that right now. Unbelievable. Stop sending me to bed. Laugh out loud, says Vivian. Oh my gosh. F Deli. Oh, F Deli. What kind of comment is that? Now, you know that's not legal in most parts. Oh my gosh. Too much fun, you guys. Again, thank you for being here today. 59 of you are still hanging around. I'm getting close to shutting this down. Hope you enjoyed this live show today. I hope you found it somewhat informative and useful to you. I certainly enjoyed the comments coming from you guys to me regarding info that is new to us. I certainly am happy to pass it on. It's tremendous. Donnell is here. Thank you, Donnell, for being here today. How you doing out there in Ireland? Welcome from Cork, Ireland, Donnell. Nice to have you by and popping in to see us is fantastic. Okay, any more comments? Otherwise, I think I'm going to shut this down. People are talking to each other, which is fabulous. Kind of what happens on this show here from time to time. I'll be back on Monday for sure. By the way, this Monday, I'll be in Calgary. I'll be live from Calgary, Alberta, doing my live show. Here we go. Comment here from Jennifer. We've had calm waters on the Allure of the Seas. All ports were changed from Eastern to Western Caribbean. We were in Labadee on Tuesday and Falmouth, Jamaica yesterday. We loved Labadee and the Blue Hole in Jamaica. Now they're working their way to Cozumel, probably be there tomorrow. It'll be quite calm in Cozumel. And then they'll work their way back towards Florida, depending on the storm track. The captain will let them know probably tonight on the Allure of the Seas just what's going on. I suspect the same thing is happening on the Harmony of the Seas. People are being informed on the Harmony of the Seas what's going on later tonight. Whether they'll be back in Florida on time or will they delay a day or two because of the storm's arrival, I don't know. Debbie Manuel, Debbie, I need your address. Send me your address on my private email. We've got something to send you, and we can't find the address. Please send it to me so as we're ready to go. And Lori Gaming 123 is saying, just got back from a cruise on P&O Cruise Ventura. It wasn't rocky, and it was great. Fantastic, Lori Gaming. I'm happy to hear that. Donnell saying hi to Viv and Paul and everybody else. Fantastic. Everyone saying hi to everybody else. Good stuff. So far, so good with the storm. Not causing too much serious damage, but it will become a Category 4. From what we're told now, it'll hit 130-mile-an-hour winds in just around the eye when it makes land in Florida in about 2.5, 3 days from now. So we'll stay on top of this story. I'll release videos as more details come out. As soon as the cruise lines get more specific with what their plans are for Port Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or Port Everglades, and in Port Canaveral, I will update you all with a quick video to let you know what's going on. Again, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Best wishes. Thank you for joining the sponsorship membership group. Those folks in green with their names are all members of the channel. Thank you for that, everybody. Have a great day today. Keep your eye on the TV. What's that, Jen?
Stay safe.
Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy, or stay cool, depending if it's warm where you are, of course. We will stay on top of things from here as best we can. I will be in Calgary on Monday. I'll be live at 7 o'clock Eastern for members only for the first hour, and then at 8 o'clock I'll be on my regular show for everybody. So pop on by if you can and hang out with us again on Monday. Anything crazy happens in the meantime, I'll just go live as usual. But in the meantime, keep an eye on the channel, and thank you for thumbs ups out there. Thank you for your comments and all of your support. Okay, guys, that's it. We're going to shut this down, and I'll keep my eye open on what's happening out there, and we'll see if a video comes out later today or tomorrow, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, guys, there it is. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Jim Thomas. Welcome, Jim Thomas, so I can say goodbye to you, Jim Thomas. Your timing is awful, but just watch the rerun. Okay, guys, take care. We'll see you later. Thanks, Michael, for being here and saying hi. You take her easy, buddy. Donnell, you take care too. And we'll talk to you guys shortly. Okay, guys? Bye for now. Here we go.